All right, let's talk about building your financial shield. In the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the critical warning signs, those red flags that just scream danger before you sign on the dotted line or invest your hard-earned money. And look, this isn't about avoiding tiny mistakes. This is about preventing a massive, life-changing financial disaster.
So, have you ever felt that knot in your stomach when someone's pushing you, telling you to decide right now? That feeling of urgency, that fear that you're about to miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah, we've all been there. Well, that feeling, it's actually a weapon, and it's one of the most powerful tools used to separate really smart people from their money.
And here's the really tricky part. The worst deals almost always look the best. They don't come with a big warning label that says, "Hey, I'm a trap." No, they look professional, they sound super exciting, and they promise to solve all your problems. But just beneath that shiny surface, they are packed with traps designed to put your savings and really your financial freedom at risk. And we're not talking about a few bucks here and there. We are talking about millions, sometimes even billions of dollars lost by everyday folks to deals that just seemed absolutely perfect on paper. These aren't just small missteps. For many, they are devastating, life-altering losses. So recognizing the red flags we're about to go through is truly your first and best line of defense. Okay, so before we even get into the numbers or the fine print, we have to start with psychology. We have to, because bad deals are all about manipulation. See, they don't target your wallet first. No, they target your mind. They use your own emotions against you to cloud your judgment. Which brings us to our very first major red flag. I call it the pressure play. This is that classic tactic of creating a completely false sense of urgency. It's designed to force you into a decision before you've had any real time to think. The whole point is to bypass your logical brain and get you to react emotionally and impulsively. You've heard it a million times. There are only 2 spots left. Or, you have to wire the money in the next hour to lock in this amazing price. That language is specifically designed to make you panic. I actually had a friend who was offered a secret stock deal where he had to send the money within 30 minutes to get a guaranteed 200% return. The pressure was insane, but he paused, and that one little pause saved him everything. This is the power of FOMO, the fear of missing out, in full effect. It's built to shut down your critical thinking. But let me tell you the absolute truth. A genuinely good, solid, legitimate opportunity will still be there tomorrow. It doesn't need a 30-minute deadline. Real business just isn't a race against a ticking clock. So if you feel that pressure, that's your cue to slow way down, not speed up. Now, this brings us to the second psychological trap, and this one's a little more subtle. This red flag is when a deal appeals almost entirely to your emotions, shoving logic and all the facts into the back seat. They're not selling you the reality, they're selling you the dream. They'll paint this amazing picture of you in a luxury car, living a life totally free of work. They're tapping right into your desire for a shortcut to wealth. That's greed. And at the exact same time, they'll hint that everyone else is already getting rich from this, triggering your fear of being left behind. It's a really potent combination, and it's designed to make you act on pure emotion, not on cold, hard facts. So you've got to ask yourself this question. Does this deal feel more like a movie, or does it feel like a serious business decision? Because the truth is, the best investments are, well, they're often kind of boring. They're about steady growth, patience, and solid numbers. If a deal has your heart pounding with excitement or fear, that is your signal to stop, take a big breath, and let your logical brain catch up. All right, now that we've talked about the mind games, let's roll up our sleeves and get into the nitty-gritty. Let's look at the more technical red flags, the ones that are usually buried deep in the paperwork and the numbers. This is where a little bit of healthy skepticism can literally save you a fortune. This one is a classic for a reason, you guys. If any deal promises you huge, guaranteed returns with little to no risk, you should be incredibly suspicious. I mean, just think about it for a second. If an investment was truly guaranteed to make a 50% profit every single month, why on earth would they be sharing it with you? They could just borrow money from any bank in the world and become billionaires overnight. Just look at the difference here. A solid historical return from something like the stock market is around 8 to 10% per year. That's the bar on the left. A shady deal might promise you 50% or more every single month, like that crazy bar on the right. The math just doesn't work. It's that simple. Extraordinary returns always come with extraordinary risk. If they're hiding the risk, they're hiding the truth. So the next red flag is what I call the wall of confusion. This is where they use complexity on purpose. Scammers use confusion as a weapon. This could be a super complex contract filled with jargon, or them refusing to show you any verifiable history, or maybe just a really vague, confusing plan for how you can actually get your money back out. The difference is just night and day. A good, legitimate deal is built on clarity. The people behind it will welcome your tough questions because they have solid answers, they have a track record you can check, and a clear exit strategy. A bad deal does the exact opposite. You ask for specifics, and they'll say, oh, that's a proprietary secret. You question their logic, and they might even try to make you feel stupid for even asking. Their whole goal is for you to feel so overwhelmed that you just give up and trust them. This right here should be your golden rule. Never, ever, ever sign a document that you do not fully understand. Take the time to actually read it. And if there's a serious amount of money on the line, paying a lawyer a few $100 to review that contract is the best insurance policy you could ever buy. And if the seller gets defensive or angry that you want a lawyer to see it, that's your signal to run, not walk, away. So how do you take all this knowledge and use it as your defense? Well, knowing these red flags isn't about being scared, it's about being empowered. This knowledge is your financial shield. It lets you confidently check out opportunities and protect the money that you've worked so hard to earn. Here is your simple, actionable plan. It's just 3 steps. First, always pause. No matter what, give yourself at least 24 hours to think. A good deal will still be there. Second, ask the hard questions. What are the real risks? What are all the fees, hidden and otherwise? And how exactly do I get my money out? Third, verify everything. Don't just take their word for it. Demand to see audited financials and a track record you can actually verify. And please remember this, being careful is not the same as being negative. In the world of finance, skepticism is a superpower. It really is. It's the tool that smart investors use to filter out all the noise and the nonsense, which lets them focus on the real, genuine opportunities. Doing your homework is the smartest thing you can do for your financial future. So let's leave it with this one final thought. Now that you're armed with all this information, what is the one question you will commit to asking before you ever put your money into a new deal? Deciding on that question right now will lock this knowledge in and make it a permanent part of your financial toolkit.